Hello YouTube, Slacker Stacker here, and I got a package in the mail today that I knew about, but to hear that I was getting one was a complete surprise. If you remember, Stacking Nerd and her husband went to the Dragon Con. I think it was last month or so, but the Dragon Con is a humongous convention. God, it's all these genres rolled into one. I would say it's like a science fiction convention, but it's so much more than that. It encompasses all kinds of TV shows, movies, sci-fi genre, fantasy. God, I mean, just name it, and it's there. And it's in downtown Atlanta, and it spans 4 different hotels. And I'm not talking about just some regular little hotel. I'm talking about these big, huge, high-rise hotels like the Hilton. I think the Hyatt's one of them. I can't remember the 4, but they're big places. And it took 4 of these to host this convention. So Stacking Nerd and Mr. Nerd went to this thing, and they did shoot live videos. There's a lot of cosplay. And for those out there who don't know what cosplay is, it's where people dress up like their favorite characters from, you know, a comic book, a movie, TV show, a computer game, you name it. If that's one of their favorite characters, they'll put all the time and effort and money, because believe me, some of these costumes are very, very elaborate and detailed. But they'll dress up as these characters. And they do have contests, or cosplay contests, and these people will compete in these contests. Usually at these cons they have actors and actresses, talents from the different movies, TV shows, even voice actors from the computer games like World of Warcraft. What is that one that is a shooter game? I cannot remember. Almost had it. I just can't remember. The Halo, that's it. Yeah, voice actors from like Halo. Stacking Nerd and her husband were there to see actual actors and actresses from the TV show Lost, which was an excellent show. I love that one myself. I have the DVDs of all the seasons. But I mean, you just wouldn't believe, you know, some obscure reference of I'm trying to, like, a lot of people don't really know about Babylon 5. I happen to love the show. It was in sci-fi with Bruce Boxingletter as the commander, Mira Flynn as the ambassador from the Minbari homeworld, who also played the French lady in Lost. But anyway, not a whole lot of people know about Babylon 5, yet I saw groups of people dressed as Babylon 5 characters. I've seen people from Lost in Space. I've seen people from genres I've never even heard of before, but their costumes were awesome. So during the mix of all this, Stacking Nerd, oh, make sure I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't. Stacking Nerd and Mr. Nerd took their time out of all that was going on, and believe me, there's so much to take in, to stop and pick me up something and send me a little gift package from Dragon Con. Of course, anybody who knows me knows that I love dragons, and just the name alone intrigues me. Dragon Con. So here is the package. Yes, it's open because I did feature it in my live stream earlier today, but it really deserved a video in itself, and I wanted to show you when I just had time. The first thing I saw was an actual program from Dragon Con, and I am ecstatic over this, because to hear it explained, you get an idea that the thing's huge, but to see a program the size of a book, that just lets you know it's a pretty big event. And so this program from Dragon Con, oh, it was in September, August 30th to September 3rd of 2008. So that's when it was. But you look at this, and it's just page after page about happenings at the Dragon Con. Now, Stacking Nerd said that they didn't have really any featured guests, so all of these are either actors, actresses, or voice actors from the games, or the anime or cartoon versions. So there are plenty of look at this, just page after page of talent that came from all these different genres, and they're there for you to see, get things autographed, maybe even get autographed pictures. I don't know exactly. Additional guests. I mean, look at the list. Additional guests. Look at that. 4 huge hotels full of this. So, not to mention all the vendors, all the cosplayers, and I've seen quite a few videos on YouTube about it, and the cosplay was just unbelievable. Like I said, World of Warcraft, Star Wars, I saw some Battlestar Galactica, saw a little bit of Babylon 5, God, I mean, just look at that. I'm going to spend the whole video talking about this program. I can't wait to dig into this thing, because it's going to be fun to read and see just what all was there that they couldn't show on video. You know, they only had so much time. So the next thing that I found in here, and it got a little smashed in transit, but that's okay. It's a sugar cookie, and the logo on the front is very familiar with me. It is a Hydra. A Hydra is a multi-headed dragon. But the Hydra, I can't remember if this is like Get Smart's, the Hydra team, you know, the bad guys, if that's the logo for the Hydra on them. It comes from somewhere, I just can't place it. And if any of you know what this means, if you know if it's from like Get Smart, or if it's like from another, like an organizational, I'm trying to think of what the other one was called. Oh, I just can't remember. Shield. Didn't they fight somebody that had something that was similar to this? If anybody can tell me that, please leave it in the comments. I'd be really interested to know, because it's bugging me. I know I've seen it before. But anyway, so there is the sugar cookie. And along with that, there was a couple of other things in here. And what Dragon Con would it be if they didn't actually have a dragon? Check that out. I love it, Stacking Nerd. Thank you. That is a red dragon, classic red dragon. Looks like a D&D figure from the base, and just from the style of the dragon itself. And another reason why I'm thinking that it's probably a D&D dragon is because she sent a 20-sided die with it. That is a gamer's dice right there. That is a gamer's dice. This is the main one you roll for any actions that you take, or any hits that you try to inflict on your enemies. And a 20 is a crit hit, or a natural, you know, that means you instantly hit them. And in the games I played, a 1 means that you instantly miss them and either do damage to yourself, to somebody else, or it's just not a good thing to roll a 1. So a little bit of gamer info there. But no, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's going up here somewhere. I still have Corn Dog's little dragon up there that he sent me, but this one's going up. Thank you. That is so thoughtful, Stacking Nerd. And then the last thing that was in here is a gold round, not gold, copper round of the Apocalypse. And I love the figure on here with the gas mask and the crossed weapons. My eyes, I really have to have my loop to see some of the smaller writing, but just the design of it is really cool. I think it says here, let me look, 1 average ounce, 999 fine, of course it's copper, made in the USA, and the writing just below the mask and the guns is "Be prepared." And on the flip side here we have a what looks like Uncle Sam, except it is a zombie. And I can see here it says Uncle Walker, and instead of "I want you," it says "I want your brains." So right up my alley. Oh, right up my alley. I love it. So thank you so much, Stacking Nerd and Mr. Nerd, for taking time out of all that you were doing and out of your schedule to think of me. I'm very, very honored by that, that somebody would take the time to do this. You guys really put together a great package. I couldn't be happier. So thanks again, everybody. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stack on, my friends.